All right, this is a 2019 Goliath 6x6 by Hennessey. It's based on a Chevrolet Silverado High Country as the trim level or the originator donor truck. Probably not incredible for parking at a shopping center. However, you can take a few spots up and no one's gonna mess with you. It's got 37-inch tires. It's got 20-inch Hennessey forged aluminum wheels with a 8-inch lift kit on it. It's electric steps so that Mr. Hennessey's wife can get in the vehicle. Supposedly, that's what he said. Anyways, the bed is extended about 20 to 24 inches. The rear axle on here is the factory locking diff and axle. The middle one, whatever you want to call that. This is the aftermarket axle and diff. This does not lock. However, you can still obviously make it through deep water, sand, but obviously you can pretty much go through anything on this vehicle. Wouldn't recommend using it for rock climbing or anything like that. However, when it comes to deep, loose stuff, that's what this truck is built for. Obviously you can see steel bumper. If you want to get up close on the suspension in a minute, you'll see how intricate and dialed in the suspension is on this thing, the 8-inch lift. Wilwood front brakes. I believe the 6-piston front brakes, by the way, Wilwood 6-piston front brakes. The rear brakes are aftermarket. I'm not 100% sure what those brakes are, but anyways, it's all on the front. This specific 6x6 was modified with a adjustable rear air suspension. So you can essentially, if you're towing or have like super heavy stuff in the back, you can use a remote to lift the rear of the vehicle up. As far as the drivetrain, this is one of two. There were 24 made in total, but this is one of two that has the 6.2 liter with the Whipple supercharger bolted to the top. It makes about 700-ish horsepower. They say 700 plus. The other variants are 450 horsepower and I think 600 horsepower, but those are obviously for the people who can't afford the 700 plus horsepower version, which is what we're looking at right here. Coming around to the back, the length of this, again, was extended by about 20 to 24 inches. So it essentially is a long bed. Hennessey obviously custom makes this bed, probably from a long bed. Moving around here, you can see where the frame was extended right here. Hennessey does everything to pretty much factory spec or to essentially meet the quality standards of the factory, which for Chevrolet sometimes is not saying a lot, but you can tell this truck was done right, which is why Hennessey is such a big brand and such a big name. The asking price, I believe, is just over $200,000. Originally from Hennessey, this truck was around $400,000, I think $385,000 to $400,000. So obviously a pretty big dip there in the market. I would say in the next few years, these trucks will probably start to go back up in value because I think a lot of people are not making as many as they were. So anyways, that's that.